105,9 FM Ardan lebih dari radio Insan Muda. 33 kali dari perunggu diputerin, tapi sayangnya itu bakal jadi lagu terakhir kita Insan Muda di Asik Ardan Special Weekend kali ini. Karena gak kerasa, udah hampir jam 11 aja nih Insan Muda. So thank you so much buat kamu yang udah dengerin Jack dari jam 8 pagi tadi sampai sekarang hampir jam 11. Nanti kita ketemu lagi dari jam 10 malam sampai jam 12 malam di Braga Berita Olahraga Insan Muda. Dan tenang aja, abis ini masih akan ada Zahwa yang nemenin kamu di Flight 40. So I guess kalau kayak gitu Insan Muda, gak kerasa udah 3 jam berlalu juga. So I think it's time to say goodbye Insan Muda. Kalau gitu, last but not least, I will not forget to say, don't forget to stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and of course, stay cool and lovely Insan Muda. Kalau gitu Jignya pamit, bye-bye.
Lebih dari radio. If I could say one thing honestly about Bandung, it should be illegal on how cold the weather is here. Am I right? 105.9, stay cool and lovely. ARDAN Radio. Honestly, people who have sinuses and cold allergies could really relate to me because, like, wow, it is so cold in here. I am freezing to death. But, of course, I'm still going to warm you up with some cool and lovely songs to just lighten up your mood on this beautiful Sunday. Of course, we're going to be flying around through the chart only on Ardan Flight 40 Countdown. You're listening to 105.9 FM Ardan lebih dari radio. And happy Sunday Insan Muda. Finally, we're back with the coolest and loveliest tracks this week on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown, of course. And we are gonna really, really have fun for today after like a week of not actually seeing you guys. I mean, it doesn't seem that long actually, but I really miss you guys. How are you? Hopefully you're doing great on this beautiful weekend. And of course, I'm here. I'm Awa, and I'm gonna be your pilot for today for 4 hours ahead, from 11 until 3 p.m. only on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown. I'm gonna bring you the coolest, the hottest tracks this week on ARDAN Flight 40, including its own showbiz and of course updates on that specific song. Dan sebenarnya berita-berita tuh lagi banyak banget ya insan muda akhir ini. Apalagi aku nggak tahu sih kamu udah denger atau belum ya insan muda. Tapi akhir-akhir ini banyak banget laporan fenomena yang heboh banget. Setiap malam itu terlihat titik-titik cahaya terang muncul di banyak rumah, dan cahaya itu berpindah-pindah. Muncul di kamar, di ruang tamu, bahkan ada yang terlihat dari balik selimut. Awalnya banyak warga yang ngira itu fenomena alam, gangguan misterius, sampai dikaitkan sama hal-hal mistis. Tapi setelah ditelusuri, ternyata sumber cahaya tersebut berasal dari layar handphone. Ada ratusan bahkan ribuan orang ternyata sedang melakukan hal yang sama. Buka aplikasi PLN Mobile. Ternyata penyebabnya itu Gelegar PLN Mobile 2026. Program loyalty aplikasi PLN Mobile dengan hadiah utama undian akhir tahun yang bikin warga penasaran. Hadiahnya ada mobil listrik, motor listrik, hingga voucher listrik. Dan di setiap tanggal-tanggal cantik, warga juga nge-war, berburu hadiah langsung, voucher digital grocery, lifestyle, F&B, dan berbagai barang menarik lainnya. Nah, insan muda, kamu juga jangan mau ketinggalan. Ayo, transaksi sekarang di PLN Mobile. Kumpulkan poin, raih kesempatan memenangkan hadiah undian akhir tahun, dan rebut hadiah langsungnya. Tetap tenang, bisa menang di Gelegar PLN Mobile 2026. Honestly, if I do win an electric car, I would automatically give it to my mother, since she knows how to sell secondhand things. I'm just kidding. Don't blacklist me out, PLN Mobile, please. But I'm also gonna list out, of course, some of the coolest and loveliest tracks this week on ARDAN Flight 40. This is our 783rd flight on a beautiful Sunday on the 12th of July, 2026. And of course, we are gonna start out with the tracks that we have to say goodbye to this week on the list of the tracks that is out of the chart this week on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown. Oh, so sad, but we have to say goodbye to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 songs this week. Starting out with Charlie XCX with SS26, and also Lisa Anira Verma with FIFA Sound Goals. And both of that song has been on the chart for 6 weeks in a row, but it's time to say goodbye. And of course, talking about FIFA World Cup 2026, Argentina just won 3-1 against Switzerland, and also Norway is out in San Muda. I mean, we're not going to see Erling Haaland again. So sad about that, because he has been a total icon on the FIFA World Cup 2026. Even the mothers here in Indonesia actually represents Haaland as like the type of kid that their children could grow up with if they get good nutrition, if they eat good and healthy food, which is totally amazing, if I might say, describing Haaland's strict diet on nutritious foods and milk and all of that stuff, and he grows out to be the Terminator, a goal machine. Seriously, really nice about that. And the third song that we have to say goodbye to came from Matt Stell featuring Naya with Better Angels, which that song is on the chart for 5 weeks in a row. So we'll have to say goodbye. Adios.
Out of chart this week on ARDAN Flight 40.
Better angel, better angel.
Kamu lagi dengerin 105,9 FM ARDAN, lebih dari radio, and that was Better Angels by Matt Stell featuring Neo, one of the tracks that has to be out of the chart this week on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown. And we had said our goodbyes, and I'm still here. I'm gonna be accompanying you around until 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Is it afternoon or is it evening? I think I think it's still the afternoon. Maybe there's some of you that had just woken up yet. Hi, good morning. Or maybe there are some of you that is preparing to have a good workout session. Atau misalnya kayak jalan-jalan di Saparua atau di Gazebo dan lain hal sebagainya. Sekarang Gazebo udah buka belum sih? Kemarin tuh awal lihat ada kayak mobil gitu loh, tapi di dalam. Cuman belum lihat sih ada orang-orang yang jalan-jalan di sana atau enggak. Alias olahraga nggak tahu ya iya atau enggak. Karena aku cuma bisa liatin doang. Males soalnya kalau olahraga tuh kayak gak tau ya, mungkin ada yang sama kayak Awa juga gak sih insan muda. Badan tuh sering kerasa capek, pegel tiap kali habis olahraga gitu. Atau misalnya habis kerja seharian atau kelamaan jalan-jalan mungkin. Nah kalau misalnya iya, langsung aja balur pakai hot in cream biar gak banyak drama. Panasnya pas, hotnya in sampai ke dalam. Gak cuma bisa atasi capek dan pegal, tapi juga bantu redakan nyeri otot dan cocok buat pemanasan sebelum olahraga. Formulanya creamy, gak lengket, aman dan nyaman dipakai di kulit, gak ninggalin bekas putih, dan gak bikin baju atau spray jadi kotor. Variannya juga banyak insan muda. Tinggal pilih, mau yang fresh, ada hot in original, yang suka relaxing vibes, cobain hot in aromaterapi. Buat yang suka panas, ada hot in strong dan hot in balsam extra hot. Buat rematik atau kram dan nyeri, ada hot in DCL. Kalau kamu yang gak mau ribet cuci tangan, ada hot in go, tinggal oles dengan aplikator. Buat kamu yang suka dingin atau adem dan cocok untuk pendinginan, ada hot in cool gel. Dan yang terbaru, ada hot in tube ukuran 30 gram, hot in cream travel size harga 10 ribuan yang praktis bisa dibawa kemana aja. Capek pegel, langsung hilang. Ukuran pas di kantong, harga gak bikin kantong jebol. Gak heran, hot in cream udah dapat sertifikasi halal dan top brand karena jadi pilihan nomor 1 buat atasi capek dan pegal. Makanya buruan dapetin hot in cream sekarang juga. Cek info lengkapnya di IG @hotincream.id dan TikTok @hotincream. Hot in cream, panasnya pas, hotnya in sampai ke dalam, atasi capek dan pegal. Rasanya kalau misalnya capek dan pegel sih, Awa sih butuhnya untuk nongkrong-nongkrong, or maybe just go out with my friends or my family and have a really nice weekend. And of course, my type of nice weekend is a good song to play within my day as well. So we have another list of the coolest and loveliest tracks that we have to say goodbye to. The fourth song that is out of the chart this week on ARDAN Flight 40, coming from BB Rexa and David Guetta with Sad Girls, Willow, Talk on the Hill, and future Tyla FIFA Sound with Game Time. And 3 of those songs has been on the ARDAN Flight 40 countdown for 5 weeks in a row, but sadly, we have to say goodbye. Honestly, I'm really sad to see this one go, especially Tyla's new song Game Time is the one that has been stuck in my mind lately, but that's okay, because we're gonna play it for the last time, only on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown.
Out of chart this week on ARDAN Flight 40.
It's on a 5.9 FM Arden, lebih dari radio, and you're still tuning in on the coolest and loveliest chart. This is Arden Flight 40 Countdown. We're back, still with me, your pilot for today speaking. This is Awa, and we are gonna continue our flight through the coolest and loveliest tracks this week on the 783rd chart edition. And we have 2 last songs that we have to say goodbye to as the tracks that has to be out of the chart this week on Arden Flight 40, coming from Espa, featuring Becky G with Lemonade, and we're gonna close up the list with Molly Elizabeth, Run Rapid. Both of the song has been on the chart for 5 weeks in a row, and it was previously sat on the top 10 on Arden Flight 40 Countdown. Actually, I'm really sad to see this one go, because I've loved Becky G since I was like, I forgot what one song that I like from her, but Molly Elizabeth's Run Rapid is such a fun song to just jump around to with your friends and, you know, do a little bit of a carpool here and there. And those 2 songs have been on my mind since I've first heard it on Arden Flight 40 Countdown, and I'm really sad to see they go, but it's okay, because we're gonna close off the list with the coolest and loveliest tracks this week on Arden Flight 40 Countdown. We have Molly Elizabeth with Run Rapid and Espa featuring Becky G with Lemonade, only on Arden Flight 40 Countdown. See you later, guys!
Out of chart this week on ARDAN Flight Party.
It's on a 5.9 FM, Ardan Lebih dari Radio, and that was Run Rabbit by Molly Elizabeth as one of the tracks that we have to say goodbye to. It is out of the chart this week on Ardan Flight 40 Countdown. So sad to see 8 tracks to close off the list of the out of the chart this week on Ardan Flight 40. But fear not, because we are going to continue our flight through the coolest and loveliest tracks until we reach the number 1 track this week on Ardan Flight 40 Countdown. And we are going to start our countdown with number 40, which we have one of our newest entry this week on Ardan Flight 40 from Liamani, cast of Camp Rock and Disney, One Beat Away. And I am beyond proud of Liamani because the 17-year-old actress and singer performs the song One Beat Away in the latest trailer for the upcoming 3rd film in the Camp Rock franchise. And I've been a Camp Rockers. I mean, I've always loved Camp Rock since the first movie came out, and I also love Descendants, which Liamani was the Princess Pink in the movie itself. And this is just one of the new songs from the musical film. And previous Camp Rock songs will also be revisited as hinted at in the new trailer when the character Liamani finds a notebook labeled Michi's song. And this, of course, refers to Demi Lovato's character from the first 2 films. And I am beyond excited to see how that one sounds in San Muda. So, here you go. One of our newest entry this week on Ardan Flight 40, we have number 40.
New entry this week.
Number 40.
That was One Beat Away by Liamani, cast of Camp Rock and Disney. On number 40 is one of our newest entry this week on Ardan Flight 40 Countdown. And I'm really happy as a Disney musical fan. I am having goosebumps all over my body because it is so amazing to hear Liamani came back to the Disney world. And I am beyond excited, actually, to see how Camp Rock 3 is going to turn out. Because I am a huge fan of musical at Disney. I mean, Wicked is on Netflix right now, and I'm really excited to rewatch it again this evening because I'm gonna go home after this and I'm just gonna watch Wicked all day long and I'm just gonna sing along to it. And as a musical fan myself, I'm really excited to see how Camp Rock is gonna turn out, so let's wait for that out with the coolest and loveliest tracks this week on Ardan Flight 40. We're gonna continue our countdown to number 39, which we have a song from Becky Hill called What Do I Have to Do? And through this song in San Muda, the British singer explores the struggle between the desire to hold on to a relationship and the courage to finally let it go. Behind lyrics that sound like a plea for the relationship to last, the song also reflects her experience of constantly trying to meet others' expectations. The music video was once again directed by Joseph Delaney, who previously directed More. And with a dark, I could say, satirical approach, the video critiques unrealistic beauty standards and the constant pressure women face on social media. And I think this is a really good way to explain how we as girls feeling when we want to hold on to a relationship that tight, but honestly, we want to have also the courage to let it go. And it's a really difficult situation. So if you have experienced it, I'm really sorry for you. But hopefully, this song could be one of the medium to let all of your feelings out. So here we go.
New entry this week.
Number 39.
This is your coolest and loveliest radio station speaking in San Muda. It's 105.9 FM Ardan, Lebih dari Radio. And that was What Do I Have to Do by Becky Hill on number 39 this week on the Ardan Flight 40 Countdown. what a fun song, actually. I find it like kind of like an EDM vibing. And if you just want to dress well with your girls, I think this is like the perfect song for it to hype yourself up. I really need an energetic song these days because Bandung has been crazy and illegally cold. Like me, I'm having a cold allergy. I have a cold allergy. And how stupid I am to just not wear my sweater and hoodie to the studio, because if you, for your information in San Muda, if you are going to walk into a airing room, a podcast room, or anything else like this, I don't know what to call it. I would call it a studio. When you went to a studio, there's a lot and a bunch of equipments that are really expensive, and if they overheat, they're not going to function well. So we have an AC here, an air conditioner that never stops running. We never turn it off. Hence, it is so cold here, and I don't bring a sweater. So maybe this is also a sign for you if you want to go out in the morning, especially if you are in Bandung. Just bring your hoodie with you guys, because the cold is serious here. But of course, the next song is totally cool in San Muda, with the fact that on the release of this song, which is streamed over 100,000 times on one of the digital streaming platform, on number 38, we have Salem Elise with Love Like a Hobby. This is on number 38 in San Muda, and I'm really excited to play this one for you guys. So let's give it a listen, shall we?
New entry this week.
Number 38.
Mind to a non-existent storyline. I treat love like a hobby. I dedicate all my time. If I give my life, then what stays mine? If I think too hard about all the seconds that I spend on men that don't ask the question that could break my heart from all that. But then tell me why is it so hard?
That was Love Like a Hobby by Salem Elise in San Muda. And if you feel familiar with her characteristics of a voice, I think you might know her from this song. Yes, that is the same Salem Elise that just sang Love Like a Hobby, which is a song that is on the chart on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown in San Muda. And I love her since Man at Disney because she has this beautiful voice that just like lingers in your ears, if you get what I mean. Like, Mad at Disney, and then the PS5 song, yeah, that one was iconic. It's me, the PS5. Tell me which of us is more your type. Like, in TikTok world, I think 2020 something, Salem Elise was really, really big back then. She also collaborated with Jeannie Miller. Is it? Here's Your Perfect? Yeah. They made a remix on that song as well. And I'm really happy that she is like shifting those genres, because I think this genre suits her more, on the song called Love Like a Hobby by Salem Elise on number 38. And of course, I'm still here. This is Awa speaking. I'm still flying you around until 3 p.m. later this afternoon. And we're going to continue our countdown because on number 37, we have a song called Junebug by Gail. And Gail actually explains that Junebug is an expression of her love for the month of June, which holds great significance in her life. She reveals that almost all of her family members, including herself, have birthdays in that month. And additionally, June is a synonymous with like Pride Month, right? So every year feels like a never-ending created celebration, according to her. Like, a song was created to accompany various joyful moments, from getting ready to go out and enjoying time with loved ones to serving as a reminder of beautiful memories after the party is over. And I could actually say the same thing about June, because this year, June is definitely my month. I finished my proposal for my thesis, and I've also finished hosting one of like the biggest event in Indonesia from badminton called Indonesia Open. And I'm really happy and grateful for all the opportunities. And also, June is the time where I have my semester break. So life Feels so good back in June. Am I right?
New entry this week.
Number 37.
You're listening to ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown in San Muda, and that was June Bug by Gale, which is placed on the number 37 this week on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown. Really happy with that song. I think that's gonna be like my June anthem later on. I mean, it's still a year later, but like June is definitely my month, and I agree with Gale because, really good song. And of course, if you are looking for the coolest and loveliest tracks this week on ARDAN Flight 40, you came to the right place because we are going to continue our countdown on number 36. We have Wolf Alice with Gospel Oak. Ooh. So, in an official statement in San Muda, Wolf Alice explained that the 3 songs were actually written during the production of The Clearing, but did not make it onto the album's final tracklist. But nevertheless, they still love this material and are really happy to have finally found a way to share it with their fans. And as for Gospel Oak, the band had previously performed the song live at a Teenage Cancer Trust charity concert at the Royal Albert Hall in March 2026. So if you do like those kinds of songs like band, please give me a heads up. I want to see how many people just love rock that much. Let me think.
New entry this week.
Number 36.
It's on a 5.9 FM Arden Lebih Dari Radio. That was Gospel Oak by Wolf Alice in San Muda as one of our newest entry as well this week on Arden Flight 40 Countdown on number 36. And it is such a good song to just calm around and all of that stuff. And noticing that this song was actually written during the production of like The Clearing but never actually made it onto the album's final track list, I'm really happy that they actually uploaded it and released it to the world because it's a good song. And if you like those kinds of songs, you could always add it to your playlist and request it 24/7 on Arden Radio. And of course, we're going to continue our flight because on number 35, we have yet another newest entry this week on Arden Flight 40 coming from Sunkiss featuring Flo with Pretty Eyes. So American Taiwanese singer-songwriter Sunkiss, which his real name is actually Chris Sung, officially released his latest single, Pretty Eyes, on July 3rd, 2026. And for this pop and R&B track, trio, he collaborated with Flo, actually, a London-based R&B trio consisting of Georgia Douglas, Stella Quaresma, and Renee Downer. And this move also marks Sunkiss' latest comeback after previously capturing the public's attention with a number of R&B hits that went viral on social media. And Sunkiss' name skyrocketed thanks to his ability to blend pop and R&B. So, and he actually told an interview that he was heavily influenced by artists such as Pink Sweat, Kehlani, and Frank Ocean. And one of their major achievements is the song Like I Do featuring Jay Taylor, which became a trending dance challenge on TikTok and was even danced to by several famous K-pop idols such as Tomorrow by Together, 17, and Hypen. And with Pretty Eyes, Sunkiss is further solidifying his music identity by delivering a production that blends club energy with accessible pop elements. And reminding that the song is terribly R&B, which I love R&B, by the way. Really excited to hear this one out. So, let's check them out.
New entry this week.
Number 35.
It's on a 5.9 FM Arden Lebih Dari Radio. And oh my god, Sunkiss and Flo is a great combination. I mean, Pretty Eyes by Sunkiss and Flo on number 35 in San Muda. Absolutely amazing, if I might say. As a pop and R&B lover myself, I am actually wanting to go to La 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 Festival later this year because there's going to be Flo. They're going to be there. And as an R&B lover myself, I am really excited to hear this one came onto the chart because I really love R&B. Like, no doubts, no question about that whatsoever. And of course, if you are gonna find the coolest and loveliest tracks, you came to the right place in San Muda because coming up next, we have another two songs, the last two songs that are the newest entry this week on Arden Flight 40. From number 34, we have Madonna's new song called Dance Area. And One of the Stardust tracks is Danceteria, inspired by the screenplay for a Madonna biopic she once developed. And through this song, Madonna reminisces about her early days chasing her dreams in New York, from frequenting clubs like Danceteria, Roxy, and Paradise Garage, to handing out her demo tapes to DJs. And she also features various key figures who were part of her journey, including DJ Mark Cammons, Debbie Mazar, Mary Paul, and Jean-Michel Basquiat. Infused with disco, electro clash, and French touch elements, Danceteria captures the spirit, joy, and ambition that defined the early days of her music career. And I'm really excited about that one in Sanmuda. I'm also excited for the number 33 as our hotshot debut this week on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown. We have Sienna Spyro with Great Expectation. And she revealed that Great Expectation was inspired by her personal experience while living in New York. At the time, she was in contact with someone who repeatedly said he would come to see her. And every morning, when she left her apartment, she admitted she always hoped that person would be waiting outside. And that hope then grew into various imaginings of what would happen if the meeting actually took place. But however, in reality, that person never showed up. Talk about ghosting and then turning it into a masterpiece. Only Sienna Spyro could do that.
Entry this week.
Number 34.
It's on a 5.9 FM ARDAN Lebih Dari Radio, and that was Great Expectation as our hotshot debut this week on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown from Sienna Spyro on number 33. And what a great song from her, actually. I love the fact that Sienna is always so lyrical. So for me, for someone who is deeply connected to lyrics, I could definitely cry if in those situations as well. I'm a girl, don't blame me. But of course, we're still having fun around in Sanmuda on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown as the coolest and loveliest chart. We are going to continue our countdown through the coolest and loveliest tracks this week on ARDAN Flight 40. Because on number 32, we have Tyler, the Creator, with That Guy, a song that climbed up 8 positions since last week, making it its second week here on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown. And also on number 31, we have last week's newest entry from Katy Perry called Watch It Burn, and also Benson Boone with The Time of My Life on number 30. So those 3 songs is actually so good in Samuda. The first time I've heard of those 3 songs was last week when I first introduced it as the newest entry last week on ARDAN Flight 40. But we are going to continue and heard it from the first. So here we go, only on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown.
You're listening to ARDAN Flight 40. Flight 40.
Number 32.
It's on a 5.9 FM ARDAN Lebih Dari Radio, and that was The Time of My Life by Benson Boone, sitting on number 30 this week on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown. And I'm really happy to see how Benson Boone is actually improving right now, because he is one of the biggest names here on the music industry, I think. And it is so fun to see how he always shifts genres and trying new things as well on his new song. And I am not complaining about that, because he is totally amazing in Sanmuda. As if, of course, as one of my sayings, ARDAN Flight 40 is also the coolest and loveliest chart on ARDAN Radio. So we're going to continue our countdown to the number 1 track this week on ARDAN Flight 40. Counting down next to number 29, we have a collaborative song from Steve Lacy featuring SZA with Is It Cool? With on number 26. Sorry, 29. I'm sorry. I just finished eating fried tofu, and actually the seasoning is kind of spicy for me, and I can't handle spice, so maybe that's why I'm not focused. But moving on next to number 28, we have a song that climbed up 8 positions since last week from Gracie Abrams called Look at My Life. And also on number 27, we also have Somber's new song called My Body Isn't Ready, which is a song that has been on the chart for 2 weeks in a row, and now it is on number 27. So, without further ado, let's check the coolest and loveliest tracks this week only on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown. Let's go!
You're listening to ARDAN Flight 40. Flight 40.
Number 29.
That was number 27 on Arden Flight 40 Countdown in Sanmuda with Somber with a track called My Body Isn't Ready on number 27 this week on Arden Flight 40. And I really love how Somber was actually like one of the cool guys that I look up to in the music industry. Like the way he screams out the lyrics is just so magical. And I think you could agree with me on that because like Somber is like top tier for like sad lyrics and heart-wrenching tracks. Am I right? But of course, you're still tuning in on your coolest and loveliest radio station in San Muda. It's 105.9 FM Arden Lebih Dari Radio. And we're still tuning in and flying around the 783rd flight on Arden Flight 40 Countdown. And we're gonna continue our countdown to the next track, which is on number 26. We have Chris Brown and Wizkid. I'm just a man on a mission, babe. Hey. An R&B song from both of them that is, I'm already expecting it to be one of the set list on Chris Brown's and Usher's tour. It's called R&B Tour, I think. And yeah, Man on a Mission is currently one of my favorite songs from Chris Brown to play to vibe into, and I think you could agree with me on that after you hear the full song in San Muda. And climbing up next to the next position, we have on number 25, YG and Aaliyah the Creator with On the Low, a song that has been on the chart for 3 weeks in a row and has climbed up 8 positions since last week. This is also one of my favorite songs from Tyler the Creator's new album. And also on number 24, we have Clean Bandit and Big Pig with I Don't Wanna Hurt You. That it has climbed up 8 positions as well since last week. So let's check all 3 of them out, shall we?
You're listening to Ardan Flight 40. Flight 40.
Number 26.
It's on a 5.9 FM Arden Lebih Dari Radio, and that was I Don't Wanna Hurt You by Clean Bandit featuring Big Pig on number 24, which is a song yang kayaknya cocok banget ya buat kayak konser atau rave bareng, festival bareng sama teman. Kayak jujur awal tuh lagi kangen banget sih sebenarnya konseran barengan sama teman, karena kayak memori-memori yang dibuat itu loh. Misalnya kayak lagi pensi sekolah, atau misalnya lagi festivalan juga dari sekolah barengan sama teman-teman. Itu tuh kayak memori yang bener-bener Awa tuh simpen baik-baik di dalam pikiran Awa. Kayak setuju gak sih sama Awa insan muda? Kalau Awa bilang semua cerita terbaik itu selalu dimulai dari pertemanan. Jadi Awa juga mau ngucapin terima kasih banyak ya insan muda untuk sudah percaya ya jadiin Arden teman di setiap cerita yang kita rayakan bersama. Friends without ends. Dan kembali lagi di tahun ini, dalam rangka anniversary Arden ke-36 tahun, Arden Senja Syahdu hadir nemenin kamu. PLN Mobile presents Arden Senja Syahdu Volume 7 with Kapal Api hari Sabtu tanggal 29 Agustus 2026 di lapangan Wiradika Secapa Ade Bandung. Di sini bakalan seru banget, bakalan ada Malik and Essentials, Bara Suara, It Gitaf, Salma Salsabil, Rizky Febian, Enjan atau Rizwan Fadilah, Pamungkas, dan pastinya masih banyak lagi yang belum diumumin. Nah, tiketnya itu bisa dibeli langsung di aplikasi PLN Mobile. Makanya download sekarang, oke? Jangan sampai kehabisan tiketnya. Dan tungguin line up dan kejutan lainnya juga ya. For more info, dengerin terus Arden Radio dan follow Instagram kita di @ardenradio. PLN Mobile presents Arden Senja Syahdu Volume 7 with Kapal Api, sponsored by Promah, Teh Bonteh, Hevitro Air Demineral, Hot and Cream, Fresh Care Smash, Yamaha, PT Kereta Api Indonesia Persero, Levi's, Soklin Pewangi, Ring by Pegadaian, Herbal Cough, Hydro Coco, Irene Skin Clinic. Honestly, I'm really excited to see how that one goes out in Samudra because I've been dying to go to a concert that is so fun and also cool and lovely with the coolest lineup as well. And of course, we got the coolest lineup here on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown because coming up next, I'm going to be playing you a song from Miles Smith called Heaven, which is placed on number 23. On number 22, we also have Stacey's new summer song called To Love, and we're going to end up with number 21 with Riz, Do You Dance. And 3 of those songs has been on the chart for 3 weeks in a row in San Muda, and I'm really excited to show you guys this one out. So, let's check them out.
You're listening to ARDAN Flight 40. Flight 40.
Number 23.
It's on a 5.9 FM ARDAN Lebih Dari Radio, and that was Do You Dance by Riza on number 21 this week on ARDAN Flight 40. And of course, we're going to continue our flight through the coolest and of course loveliest tracks this week on ARDAN Flight 40. We have yet another K-pop entering the chart this week on ARDAN Flight 40. We have Idol with Crow, which is positioned on the number 20 this week on ARDAN Flight 40. And I'm really excited to hear this one out in San Muda because the music video is totally amazing. And of course, on number 19, we have our biggest drop this week on ARDAN Flight 40. So sad, but we have a song that has go down 14 positions since last week. Last week it was number 5, so this week it was number 19. And it is a song called Caution from NMIX featuring Anderson .Paak. This song has been on the chart for 6 weeks in a row in San Muda, and what I can tell you about this song is Anderson .Paak actually made a whole album corresponding to his newest Netflix directional film called K-Pops, which I haven't yet watched it yet, but I'm really excited to hear that one out because he has a full list of songs collaborating with the most prestigious K-pop artist of all time as well. Maybe even it's the new gen or if it's the old gen, anything like that. It is so cool. And then on number 18, we have a song from my girl Tyla with Is It Love, which is a song that is so cool in Samudra. I really love the intro as well. It has some kind of like an electric guitar. And to open up like the chantilness of Tyla, I think this is like the perfect song to go with it. So, without further ado, let's check 3 of the coolest and loveliest tracks this week, only on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown.
You're listening to ARDAN Flight 40. Flight 40.
Number 20.
It's your coolest and loveliest station in San Muda. It's 105.9 FM ARDAN Lebih Dari Radio. And you're still with me, your pilot for today. This is Zahwa speaking, and we are going to continue our flight through the coolest and loveliest tracks to the number 1 track this week on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown. We're going to continue our countdown, but that was Tyla with Is It Love on number 18, and which I am so in love with that song. It has been my go-to song to like if I want to pump up my mood, some whatnot. Like if I'm feeling down a little bit and I just need some boost of energy, I would definitely pick that song to play for the rest of the day. And of course, if you are looking for the coolest and loveliest tracks to play, I have a bunch of recommendations on the list of the ARDAN Flight 40 chart. So we're going to continue to number 17. We have Toe Model and the Lumineers with Old Lovers, which is a song that has climbed up 9 positions since last week. And then on number 16, we have Andrea Bocelli, David Guetta, EJ, and Megan Thee Stallion with DNA as one of the soundtracks for the FIFA World Cup 2026. And talking about the World Cup, actually, in the finals, there's going to be the first ever halftime show on the FIFA World Cup, right? And the lineups are actually amazing in San Muda. Justin Bieber is going to be there, and BTS is going to be there. And for your information in San Muda, one of the members of BTS, aka Bangtan Sonyeondan, he is Jungkook. JK is actually in love with Justin Bieber. Since 2014, there has been videos spreading around with JK doing a cover of Justin Bieber's song. So as an ARMY myself, I'm feeling kind of proud of my boy because he is finally meeting Justin Bieber and is going to perform at the same stage later at the final World Cup 2026. And I'm really excited about that one in San Muda. And on number 15, we also have a song that climbed up 9 positions, making it its 4th week here on ARDAN Flight 40. We have The Kid Laroi featuring Kehlani with Girls, which is a song that it has been on my mind since Off Campus was released, even though I haven't watched it, but you know what scene that I'm talking about. Am I right?
You're listening to Ardan Light 40. Light 40.
Number 17.
It's all 5.5 Ardan Lebih Dari Radio, and that was Girls by the Kid Laroi featuring Kaylani on number 15 here on Ardan Flight 40. And honestly, I am really, really excited to see the top 10 on Ardan Flight 40 because we're still here. We're still having fun around until 3 p.m. later in the afternoon in San Muda, and we are really, really closing in to the top 10 on Ardan Flight 40 Countdown. So without further ado, let's move on to the next track because on number 14, we have a song from BB Rexa called One Day. And this specific song has been on the chart for 4 weeks in a row and has climbed up 9 positions since last week. And talking about BB Rexa, I can't get over the fact that he is literally that good. Like, I'm Blue was the hit, I'm Good, all of that stuff was great. And Pushback, when she actually collaborated with Steflon and Neo, is also really cute. And this song is totally recommended for you in San Muda. And then coming up next on number 13, we have a song that has been going on in my For You page for quite a while now. It is viral because the title track is viral from Boy Next Door on number 13. And then we have also another K-pop industry here on Ardan Flight 40. But sadly, this song has go down 9 positions since last week, making it the 12th position here on Ardan Flight 40 Countdown. Even though it's been 6 weeks that this song has been on the chart, but ITZY with Motto is still on the chart until this day in San Muda, and I am not complaining about it because ITZY has been going on so well for the past few weeks. I mean, months ago, they were just like after Sneakers. I don't really hear much from them, but nowadays, with their new album coming up, it has been totally amazing for them, and I am really happy for that as well. So, let's check it out.
You're listening to Ardan Light 40. Light 40.
Number 14.
Loveliest radio station in San Muda, and that was Motto by ITZY on Ardan Flight 40 Countdown, and you're still tuning in with your pilot for today in the last hour of our flight through the coolest and loveliest tracks until we count down to the number 1 track this week on Ardan Flight 40. But Motto is positioned on the number 12 this week on Ardan Flight 40, and of course we are really closing into the top 10 on Ardan Flight 40. But before that, we're gonna count down to the next track, which came from another girl group from the K-pop industry. On number 11, we have Baby Monster with I'm the Sugar Honey Iced Tea, and you know it. I'm sorry, by the way, I know I sound terrible, but you get what I mean because Baby Monster has been such a vibe. This song has climbed up 10 positions since last week, making it its 4th week here on Ardan Flight 40. And what I love about Sugar Honey Iced Tea is that the practice video, not actually the practice, but the performance video of this song is so cool. I love Asa, I love Ahyeon, like their vibe is just so remarkable, and I just can't wait for them to come to Jakarta again because I think I might be on the list as one of the Bemons that is gonna be there. I mean, they are gonna come to Jakarta, but sadly, I haven't really got the tickets yet because I'm spent all of my allowance on BTS's concert, but not that I'm complaining about that. But the next song onto the top 10 in San Muda came from a girl group that is under the same agency as BTS. We have Le Sserafim, Islet, and Cat's Eye with Iconic by Mistake, a song that has been on the chart for 4 weeks in a row and has also climbed up 10 positions since last week. And I'm really excited about this one because their MV is just so good and it has stuck on my mind. Like, I don't know, Cat's Eye genre, I think this is one of like their genres, even though they didn't get much of the vocal lines and all of that, but the performance is actually so cool, and I would love to see them perform that song together on Coachella. Like, how crazy is that? And then on number 9, we also have our most power airplay this week. Sitting on the chart for 6 weeks in a row, we have Ariana Grande with Hey That I Made You Love Me. A song that was previously sat on the number 1 last week on ARDAN Flight 40, but it has become the most power airplay. I mean, no wonder, because Ariana Grande, she is amazing, and with all of her tours and concerts coming up, I am having the biggest FOMO of all time. Are you agree with me?
You're listening to ARDAN Light 40. Light 40.
Number 11.
It's on a 5.9 FM Arden, lebih dari radio, and that was Hey That I Made You Love Me as our most power airplay this week on Arden Flight 40 Countdown. And talking about this song itself, I think one of the latest updates from Ariana Grande is actually that the film that she starred to as Glinda and on Wicked is actually on Netflix right now, guys. And I'm really happy and excited about that. Dan sebenarnya seneng banget karena Ariana Grande lagi sering banget muncul di FVP AWA karena konser dan turnya dia yang benar-benar viral di mana-mana. Dan sebenarnya ngomongin soal berita banyak banget ya fenomena-fenomena aneh belakangan ini. Tapi aku belum tahu kamu udah dengar atau belum nih insan muda. Tapi akhir-akhir ini ada banyak banget laporan fenomena yang heboh banget. Setiap malam terlihat titik-titik cahaya terang muncul di banyak rumah. Dan cahaya itu berpindah-pindah. Muncul di kamar, di ruang tamu, bahkan ada yang terlihat dari balik selimut. Awalnya banyak warga yang ngira itu fenomena alam, gangguan misterius, bahkan sampai dikaitkan sama hal-hal mistis. Tapi setelah ditelusuri, ternyata sumber cahaya tersebut berasal dari layar handphone. Ada ratusan bahkan ribuan orang ternyata sedang melakukan hal yang sama. Buka aplikasi PLN Mobile. Ternyata penyebabnya itu Gelegar PLN Mobile 2026. Program loyalty aplikasi PLN Mobile dengan hadiah utama undian akhir tahun yang bikin warga penasaran. Hadiahnya ada mobil listrik, motor listrik, hingga voucher listrik. Dan di setiap tanggal-tanggal cantik, warga juga nge-war, berburu hadiah langsung voucher digital grocery, lifestyle, dan F&B, dan berbagai barang menarik lainnya. Nah, insan muda, jangan sampai kamu mau ketinggalan ya. Ayo transaksi sekarang di PLN Mobile. Kumpulkan poin, raih kesempatan memenangkan hadiah undian akhir tahun, dan rebut hadiah langsungnya. Tetap tenang, bisa menang di Gelegar PLN Mobile 2026. And of course, if you are looking for the coolest and loveliest tracks, you don't have to go anywhere. Just stay right here because we are really closing into the number 1 track this week on ARDAN Flight 40. And before that, we're gonna play you the number 8, 7, and 6 on ARDAN Flight 40, which on number 8, we have a song from the K-pop industry from Treasure called If I, which is a song that has been on the chart for 5 weeks in a row. And coming up next on number 7, we also have Ellie Goulding with Black Prada Dress. And to close up, before we go on to the top 5, we have on number 6, 50/50, newest summer song, cool and lovely song actually, with Like a Bubble. And I'm really, really sure that you are gonna love this one, Insan Muda. So let's check all 3 of them out before we hit to the top 5, only on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown.
You're listening to ARDAN Light 40. Light 40.
Number 8.
It's on a 5.9 FM Arden, lebih dari radio, and you're still tuning in on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown. And that was 50/50 with Like a Bubble, a song that is on the number 6 this week on ARDAN Flight 40. Climbing up 9 positions since last week, actually. This has been my favorite ultimate summer song. It's soft, it's cute, but it still rocks, man. Like 50/50 never fails. I think you would know them from this song. Wait, let me play it to you guys. There's a song called Cupid. I give a second chance to Cupid. Wait. Yeah, those songs actually. That song is what got me into 50/50, and I am not complaining on how their genre has shifted so much since then. And they sound totally amazing, and I think they are one of like the K-pop idols that you should definitely look up to because like they are cute, they're unproblematic as well. So yeah. And then of course we still have 5 more tracks that we have to play for you on Ardan Flight 40 Countdown, insan muda. Mungkin ada juga beberapa dari kamu yang kalau misalnya dengerin lagu itu ketika kamu lagi stres. now you're twins with me. Karena awak juga akhir-akhir ini lagi ngerasa rutinitas harian awak tuh lumayan stressful sih. Kayak harus mikirin nanti magang di mana, terus harus mikirin kayak besok makan apa. Gak tau deh, kayaknya orang dewasa deh sekarang tuh aku menjadi dewasa tuh aku makin bingung mau makan apa setiap harinya. Tapi ya mungkin keseharian aku tidak seberat yang namanya realita harian UMKM ya. Kamu tau gak? Familiar gak? Atau misalnya kalau kamu pelaku UMKM itu pasti relate sama yang namanya realita harian UMKM. Jadi pagi produksi, ya kan? Siang packing, sore langsung kirim, malamnya datang lagi stok baru. Dan kirimannya itu nggak cuma 1-2 dus lagi, tapi sampai ratusan dus. Makanya kamu tuh harus pinter-pinter pilih jasa kirim dan layanannya. Harus pilih yang aman, terpercaya, dan pastinya hemat, nggak bikin boncos. Nah untungnya JNE punya 2 solusi buat kiriman gede, yaitu JTR dan FTL. Beda kebutuhan, ya beda solusi, tapi sama-sama jadi andalan. Kalau kamu pelaku UMKM yang pengen kirim barang banyak, dimensi besar, atau kiriman berat dengan tarif yang lebih terjangkau, pilih JTR JNE Tracking. Kapasitasnya sampai 10 ton dengan skema share load, jadi pas banget buat restock toko atau kiriman rutin ke tempat tujuan kamu. Tapi kalau kamu lagi pegang order besar, proyek, atau kejar deadline yang ketat, saatnya pakai FTL Full Truckload. 1 truk full khusus buat kiriman kamu. Gak digabung, gak transit, kapasitas bisa sampai 30 ton, dan jadwalnya fleksibel sesuai kebutuhan bisnis kamu. Tinggal pilih deh mana yang cocok buat bisnis kamu. Sama-sama kiriman gede, tapi beda kebutuhan. Jadi apapun pilihan kamu, JNE siap bantu bisnis kamu bergerak lebih jauh. JNE, connecting happiness. And of course, I am still connecting you to the coolest and loveliest tracks this week on Ardan Flight 40. On to the top 5. We have a song from Alex Warren called Passenger. That is a song that climbed up 9 positions since last week. And on number 4, we have Juli collaborating with the Kid Laroi with Bluffin', which is a song that has been on the chart for 5 weeks in a row. So, let's check the top 5 out.
You're listening to Ardan Flight 40. Flight 40.
Number 5.
It's your coolest and loveliest station. It's 105.9 FM Ardan, lebih dari radio, and you're tuning in to Ardan Flight 40 Countdown with your pilot for today. This is Zahwa speaking, and that was Bluffin' by Juli featuring the Kid Laroi on number 4 this week on Ardan Flight 40. And we are really closing in to the number 1 track because we are going straight ahead to our next destination, which is the top 3 on Ardan Flight 40. So on number 3, Insan Muda, we have, turns out, our greatest gainer this week on Ardan Flight 40, gaining and climbing up 16 positions since last week, making it its 4th week here on Ardan Flight 40. We have BTS song with Come Over. And a little fun fact to this song, Insan Muda, this song was made for BTS's Festa as remembering their 13th anniversary on the K-pop industry. They debuted it in 2013, and it is so amazing actually, on the 13th of June 2013. They debuted it with a song called No More Dream. They were just a bunch of 7 boys that has big dream, bringing hip-hop as their core genre. And then every year on their anniversary, they would release a Festa song, which is a song that is made specifically for their anniversary. And Come Over is their 13th song for the Festa series. And I'm really happy that this song was included in the track list and the set list on the Arirang World Tour, and I am beyond excited for the 27th of December as well, because I am gonna be one of the armies that is gonna witness them perform live in Jakarta later this December, and I just can't hide exactly how happy and excited I am. So yeah, that is our greatest gainer this week on Ardan Flight 40. And as our runner-up, On the second place, we have a song that climbed up 8 positions since last week, and it has been on the chart for 4 weeks in a row. We're gonna play for you guys Olivia Rodrigo with Stupid Song. So I'm really excited as well to see who is gonna be the first one on the list on ARDAN Flight 40 Countdown. So stay tuned.
A credit scanner on ARDAN Flight 40.
Number 3.
This is 105.9 FM Arden, Lebih Dari Radio, and that was Stupid Song by Olivia Rodrigo as our runner-up this week on Arden Flight 40 Countdown. And it is finally time in San Muda because 4 hours, give or take, has passed on today's flight on Arden Flight 40. So let's do a little bit of a recap halfway of the flight. On number 20, we have heard from Idol with Crow. And then on number 19, we have our biggest drop this week, dropping off 14 positions since last week. We have NMIX collaborating with Anderson .Paak with a song called Caution. And then on number 18, we had Tyla with Is It Love, followed by Tomodel and the Lumineers with Old Lovers on number 17. And then on number 16, we have FIFA World Cup 2026 original soundtrack from Andrea Bocelli, David Guetta, EJ, Megan Thee Stallion with DNA. And then coming up next, on number 15, we have also played for you the Kid Laroi featuring Kehlani with Girls, which is a song that has been on my mind for the past few weeks because of how good it is. And then on number 14, we had BB Rexa with One Day, followed by Boy Next Door with Viral on number 13. And then on number 12, we had ITZY with Motto. On number 11, we have Baby Monster with Sugar Honey Iced Tea. And then onto the top 10, we have Le Sserafim, Eyelit, and Cat's Eye with Iconic by Mistake. And then on number 9, on our most power airplay this week on Arden Flight 40, we have Ariana Grande with Hate That I Made You Love Me. On number 8, we have Treasure with If I on number 8. And then on number 7, we have Ellie Goulding with Black Prada Dress. On number 6, we have 50-50 with Like a Bubble. On number 5, we had Alex Warren with Passenger. Number 4, Joji, The Kid Laroi with Bluffin'. On our number 3 as our greatest gainer, we also have BTS with Come Over. And then on number 2, we had Olivia Rodrigo with Stupid Song. Who is going to be our number 1 this week on Arden Flight 40 in San Muda? Care to take a guess? For Taylor Swift with I Knew It, I Knew You as our number 1 track this week on Arden Flight 40. And talking about Taylor Swift in San Muda, of course, she is married with Travis Kelce, and they recently made their first public appearance as newlyweds while attending a friend's wedding. And this also follows their star-studded Madison Square Garden ceremony, and additionally, NYC officials confirmed that Taylor Swift paid over $160,000 to cover public resources and permits tied to her lavish wedding. And I'm really happy because there were like a lot of screens that showed TNT just TNT married, and it was so amazing, and I'm really happy for the couple as well. And that is our number 1 this week on Arden Flight 40. So thank you for flying with me throughout these 4 hours in San Muda at the 783rd edition of our flight. I also want to thank my producer / scriptwriter. We have Steven over here. We have program director Dimasta, music director Awan Yuda, supervisor Guntur, sound designer Berlan and Jojo, studio crew we have Son, Fulki, and Rizal, and of course, can't forget about the labels. We have Sony Music, Universal, and Warner. So once again, thank you so much in San Muda for the past few hours. It has been a blast. And of course, you could always still listen to Arden Flight 40 Countdown. Same time next week, we have a song a list of cool and lovely songs, of course, next week. And after this one, you're gonna be accompanied by Keith on Arden Inituju, who is gonna be playing there. We're just gonna have fun for the next 3 hours as well. So until then, Sanuda, I wish you all to stay healthy, stay happy, and of course, stay cool and lovely. And I'll meet you guys again very, very soon. So until then, wish you all to stay healthy, stay happy, and of course, stay cool and lovely. Bye, 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 Sanuda. Have a great weekend.